What's going on, my fellow Acronians? It's your dog Scooby, back with another LolCow TCG related video. And in this one, we're going to be going over the newly updated Scribe starter decks. So at the time of recording this, last night, we got a pretty big update to TTS. So not only did we get an updated Scribe starter deck, but we also got an updated LolCow starter deck. But not only that, we got the LolCow Live Fight card, the Crispy Keem card, the Tiger King cards, and all of the social media promos. So there's a lot of new content that I can't wait to dive into. So some of these cards are going to still be the same as what they were previously before the update, but we also got some new cards in here as well. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off with our magic cards, we have the Pot of Mead. With this, we can draw 2 cards and then ban it. The Scribe panel, and with this we actually can choose between 2 options with the ability of this card. We can either scrap it from our hand to generate 1 tape point at any time, or we can pay that 4 tape cost to search our deck for a Scribe character and then put it into our hand and shuffle our deck. And not only that, but the next character that we play costs 2 less. Mediker's Judgment. This card can only be played if we control a Scribe already on the field, and we can choose from one of the following effects. We can either gain 60 life points or ban a target character. For our first new card, we have the Dirty Clout, and for 3 tapes, we can deal 30 damage to all characters on the field. So this could be pretty powerful, but just keep in mind that it will also damage your characters as well. And moving on into our trickery cards, we have the Information Overload. This card is exclusive to the Scribe decks, and with it, we can deal 50 damage to any target or remove 50 damage from any target. So like a Raxian Rage, but we have the ability to either damage or heal. I won it off the internet. We can put any target den on the bottom of its owner's deck. Shattered Dreams. With this, we can choose between 3 options. We can either draw 1 card, spin a target character, or scrap a target item. Vitamin CWC. Whenever we see an X, that just means however many tapes that we would like to pay for it. And with this, we get to choose between 2 abilities. We can either draw X amount of cards and then lose 25 life points for each card drawn, or we can deal damage to any target character or den equal to 20 times X. Moving into our item card, we have the Shaman's Crystal Ball, and this can only be used in a Scribe deck, and with it, the attached character gains Leap, and as long as it is on the field, we may look at the top card of our deck at any time. For our trap card, we have the updated Mirror Force. It is now costing 2 tapes to play this, instead of the original 0. And with it, we can deal damage to the attacking character equal to its attack power, and we lose life points equal to half of the damage dealt by it. Moving into our character cards, we have the Biff Wolfed Up. This one is the same as it was before. It still has its dash, and once per turn we can hound to gain that 10 life points. Another card that is the same is the Kiwi Tapes, and with this, instead of declaring an attack, we can spin it to rewind a target basic tape. Next, we have the base Shaman of Fortune. This guy's got Leap on him, and with his ability, we can pay 1 tape to look at the top card of our deck at any time. Another unchanged card, we have the Smoky Mixie, and similar to our Kiwi Tapes, we can spin this guy instead of attacking, but instead we draw 1 card. A brand new Scribe card, we have the Root Dr. Thorn. This character has Reach on him, and we can scrap 1 card from our hand and rewind a target basic tape. And due to the way that this is worded, we can actually do this multiple times per turn, just as long as we have the cards to scrap for it. So this could really lead to some big combos. Another new card, we have a new legendary Scribe, the Omegon, and with this character's ability, it cannot be the target of any character beatdowns or abilities. Another new card, the Audentum Goated. This guy's got Dash on him, and when this enters the field, a target character loses all abilities until the end of the outro. So this is really similar to a Frostbite Danderson, or our brand new Crispy Keem card. Moving on to the brand new Terma Wrangler. This gains Immortal if involved in combat with a LolCow type character. So this guy is going to lead to some very, very difficult gameplay, since usually in every game that you will play this in will be against a LolCow deck. The next new card we have is Xylee the Real One, and with this we can spin any Scribe that we currently control on the field and remove 20 damage from any player or character. The next new card we have is Nick Nobody, Chronicler of Cringe. When this enters the field, we can reveal the top 3 cards of our deck and put any Scribe characters into our hand and shuffle. A character that I'm very happy is returning, we have the Darkside Becky Puppeteer. When this enters the field, we create a puppet token with 20 attack and 20 health. Another returning character, the Mr. Mediker the Forbidden One, which is still restricted to only 1 a deck. He's got Immortal on him, and when it enters the field, we can scrap any card on the field. Another new card that we have is Just Breezin'. This character has Leap on it, and when this enters the field, we must return one character to our hand that is already on the field. And lastly, we have the Eerie Pepperoni. This character has Dash on it, and when it enters the field, we can shuffle our scrap pile back into our main deck and then draw 2 cards. Although the cards have only been out for a day, I do feel that there are further ways that we can help improve these cards. So I'm just going to give my opinions of what I think are some changes that could be made. Starting off with Omegon, I think that the tape cost should be increased from 5 to 7. I think the ability where it cannot be the target of another character's abilities or beatdowns is very strategically powerful, and I think that 5 tapes just seems a little too low for a character with this kind of ability. Eerie Pepperoni. I think the tape cost is just a little high on this one. I think it should be decreased from 8 to 6. Comparing this to something like a Seaside Sonichu, which has the 60-60 and dash for 2 tapes, I think a Scribe with 60-100 and dash should cost of course more than a Seaside, but that's not even bringing up the ability yet. With the ability to shuffle your scrap pile back into your deck combined with the higher stats, I believe it of course should cost more than something like a Seaside Sonichu, but I don't believe that it should cost 8. I think that is just a little too high. Audentum Goated, I agree with the tape and damage on this one, but I think that the ability should be more like the Frostbite Danderson, since the new Crispy Keem card is a LolCow and not a universal. Another alternative for this would again be just like the Danderson ability, but the character that we are using this on doesn't gain spin like with the Danderson card. Instead, it would just lose all of its abilities and effects while the Goated is on the field rather than till the end of our outro. Xylee the Real One, I think that the ability on this should have a slight increase of healing from 20 to 30. Since we have to spin a Scribe that we control to activate the ability, I think that it should have a larger effect than just 20, since we're then losing the ability to attack or intercept with that character. Termarangler, I think that the tape cost should increase from 3 to 5. With the ability to gain Immortal and beatdowns with LolCows, and considering that most players are going to be using LolCow decks, and the Wrangler hitting for 50, I think that it should cost a bit more to call out. Base Shaman, I think that the ability activation should change from spinning a tape to spinning the character instead. Considering that the character has Leap, I think that it should lose its chance to attack or intercept if you want to use its ability. Darkside Becky, I think her tape cost should increase from 2 to 3, and with that being said, her ability should also allow her to create 2 tokens instead of 1. I think that she can really help combat against quick type characters and decks, so allowing that extra token could really allow her to stay on the field for longer than just maybe 1 turn. And lastly, the Scribe panel. I think that this card should work the same as Blow the Bullhorn. Instead of the card that we search for going into our hand, I think it should go onto the field spun. Bullhorn is a really good card to get an advantage when using a LolCow deck, and the Scribe I feel should have a card that can do it as well. And as for the rest of the cards, I feel that they are in a good standing where they are currently at. So again, here is just a quick overview of the new Scribe starter deck. I really enjoy going over these new cards and also giving my thoughts and opinions to see if maybe I can help improve this game even further. And I just can't wait to put some of these in some new decks. And with that being said, I'll catch you in TTS. See ya!